There is a silent truth about success that most people never discover. It is not found in the pages of a business manual or in the numbers of a quarterly report. It is not something that can be handed to you in a tidy checklist. Rather, it is born in the hidden chambers of the mind, nurtured by an inner fire, and tested in the crucible of challenges. The mindset of a successful entrepreneur is not simply about tactics, it is about transformation, about reshaping your way of thinking until it becomes impossible to accept mediocrity as your destiny. The book begins by stripping away the illusions that often cloud the entrepreneurial path. Many people imagine that entrepreneurs are born with extraordinary gifts, a rare spark of genius, a bank account filled with early wealth, or a Rolodex of powerful contacts. But the truth, the author insists, is more grounded. Successful entrepreneurs are made, not born. They are shaped by habits, forged by setbacks, and driven by an inner vision that refuses to fade. Their real advantage lies in their ability to think differently, to see possibility where others see impossibility, to treat obstacles as stepping stones, and to marry ambition with discipline. The author paints a vivid picture of a struggling young man named Daniel. He had an idea for a small app that could help freelancers manage their time better, but the idea seemed too small to attract investors. Friends told him it wouldn't work, and the industry already seemed saturated. But Daniel approached his vision with the mindset the book champions. He asked himself, what problem am I truly solving? Instead of trying to outdo competitors on features, he focused on the emotional experience of his users, building a tool that felt simple, human, and encouraging. It took 2 years, endless nights, and countless small failures, but the app eventually became a quiet success, earning loyal customers worldwide. His journey embodies the first great lesson: successful entrepreneurs think long-term, and they think in terms of value, not just profit. The book emphasizes that this mindset is rooted in clarity of vision. Vision is more than a dream, it is a destination you can almost touch in your mind. Entrepreneurs live with this vision every day, it becomes their compass. But clarity is not born from vague wishing. It requires deep self-reflection, stripping away borrowed ambitions that do not truly belong to you. Too many people chase goals that are not theirs, an idea they saw working for someone else, or an expectation placed upon them by family or society. The author warns that this is the fastest route to burnout. Only when you anchor your work in your own sense of purpose will you have the endurance to keep going when results are slow. The next key insight is the role of resilience, not as a passive, waiting it out, but as an active capacity to adapt, pivot, and learn. The book offers an unflinching look at failure, showing that for the entrepreneur, failure is not the opposite of success but a necessary companion on the journey. Every setback carries information, if you are willing to look at it without ego. There's a poignant story about a woman named Maya who opened a small cafe with dreams of creating a warm, artistic space for her community. The first year was a disaster. Suppliers flaked, her location didn't get enough foot traffic, and she ended up in debt. Instead of closing the doors, she studied every detail, interviewing customers, researching new areas, and learning the art of negotiating better supplier deals. Within 2 years, she reopened in a better location, reduced her costs by half, and built a profitable business that doubled as a hub for local artists. Maya's turnaround was not luck, it was the direct result of resilience in action. This leads into another foundational element, the mindset of ownership. Entrepreneurs take full responsibility for everything in their domain. It is tempting, when things go wrong, to point to the economy, competitors, or bad timing. But successful entrepreneurs turn the lens inward and ask, what can I do differently? What did I miss? How can I prepare better next time? This level of responsibility is uncomfortable, but it is also empowering, because it places the power for change back into your own hands. The book likens this to a captain steering through a storm. The waves may be beyond your control, but your steering, your preparation, and your decisions remain yours. Then there is the art of thinking in possibilities. Many people are trained from childhood to avoid risk, to seek safety above all else, and to treat uncertainty as a threat. The entrepreneurial mindset inverts this. Uncertainty becomes a canvas, and risk becomes an ingredient in opportunity. This doesn't mean blind leaps, it means calculated courage. The author recalls how Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, in very different industries, embraced ideas that were ridiculed at first. Their thinking was expansive enough to entertain what could be, even when the world was shouting, it can't be done. But possibility thinking must be balanced with grounded execution. The book warns against becoming a dreamer without action. Every vision must be broken into actionable steps, each one small enough to be achievable yet aligned with the larger goal. Successful entrepreneurs cultivate a daily discipline, not as a cage, but as a structure that supports their creativity. This is why so many high achievers follow strict morning routines, set aside time for strategic thinking, and measure their progress meticulously. Discipline, the author says, is the scaffolding upon which dreams are built. Emotional intelligence is another pillar explored with great depth. Businesses are built by and for people, and an entrepreneur who cannot connect, inspire, or empathize will struggle to lead. The book urges entrepreneurs to learn the subtle skills of listening deeply, reading the emotions of their teams and customers, and responding with authenticity. One striking example is of a startup founder who saved his company during a funding crisis not through aggressive pitching but through genuine relationship building with his early investors, reminding them of the shared mission they had started with. His honesty and humility created trust, and the investors chose to double their commitment. Finally, the author brings the message home with an exploration of personal growth as the foundation of entrepreneurial success. Every external victory is a mirror of internal development. If you grow in patience, courage, wisdom, and empathy, your business will reflect it. If you grow complacent, fearful, or reactive, your business will reveal that too. This is why, the author suggests, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself, through learning, mentorship, and experiences that stretch your thinking. In the end, the mindset of a successful entrepreneur is not a book about getting rich quickly or finding shortcuts. It is a guide to becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts opportunity, navigates uncertainty, and builds something meaningful from nothing. The entrepreneurial journey is not an easy one, but it is one of the most transformative paths a person can walk. Along the way, you will meet yourself in ways you never imagined, and if you embrace the mindset described in these pages, you may just discover that the greatest reward is not the business you build, but the person you become in the process.